Good evening. First tonight, we can reveal that our police forces dealt with thousands of reports that crimes were committed using Facebook and other social media last year. More than 100 people were prosecuted.
They were accused of everything from child sex abuse to harassment and even conspiracy to murder. Details have been released to us under the Freedom of Information Act, as our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Social media is transforming the way we keep in touch with each other, but it can make you a target too. And police here in the East Midlands have investigated crimes committed using several social media platforms. There's been blackmail, drug dealing, selling stolen cars, a threat to burn down a property, and sex offences against children, including prostitution and pornography. Other children are groomed by paedophiles.
So I was probably 15 and some predator just trying to get information out of me. But then I kind of told my parents what was going on. They contacted the police and then word got out. Schools were informed and everything like that.
On Facebook, a few people tried to attempt to scam me and get some bank details and stuff or my address, but I just backed away and blocked them.
There have been some very high-profile crimes too. The schoolgirl Kaylee Haywood was raped and murdered after being groomed on Facebook in Leicestershire. Adil ul-Haq used Twitter at his home in Nottinghamshire to help people fight for the so-called Islamic State. And the Broxtowe MP Anna Soubry has received death threats on social media over her stance on Brexit.
You know, you should be hanged. You are a traitor. You know what they did to traitors in the past. They should do it to you. You should be taken out and shot. So I didn't tweet out or post on Facebook that I was going to St Michael's in Bramcote for their annual carol service, because obviously I'm concerned about my safety, and who knows who might have taken the opportunity knowing where I was going to be.
So, how much crimes committed using social media? Well, here's what the latest annual figures show across Derbyshire, Leicestershire and Nottinghamshire. More than 200 alleged offences were being reported every month. Around 10 of those complaints each month resulted in prosecutions. Some of the others are still being investigated or resolved informally. This solicitor has dealt with jilted lovers making threats on social media.
Quite often, if the police then speak to the person who they believe is the perpetrator of the abuse and give them a formal warning, or sometimes called a harassment warning, that quite often will cause the conduct to cease, because then at that stage they know the police are onto them and the victim doesn't want to have to go to court. They simply want the abuse to stop.
The vast majority of these complaints to police here in the East Midlands involved Facebook. The company told me they block content if there's a court order, and that data that's needed for a criminal inquiry will be passed to the police.